All right, so welcome once again. How are you all? I hope you had a very good lecture. And welcome those of you who have joined the class for the first time. Remember, this is week 2, all right? And this is our tutorial session. And in the lecture today, we looked at a very important aspect of project management, week 2, where we looked at the project management body of knowledge, process groups in detail, okay? Initiating the project, planning, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closing the project. Now, anybody has any questions on that note before we commence? Anybody has joined the class for the first time? This is your first week. All right, so a couple of announcements as far as tutorial is concerned. Remember your quiz, your first quiz is due today. Have you seen the link on the Moodle? Is the link open? The course coordinator was supposed to open that. Anybody?
Not, sir.
Is it open? Not yet, eh? Dal Bahadur, did you see that?
No, sir.
Okay.
Additional link.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a tutorial, and then I will give you a bit of time to do the quizzes. Yeah, is that okay? And also, I will put you into groups. Those of you not in the groups. Anybody here not in the group?
Yes, sir. This is my first class too.
Prabeen. Prabeen is not in a group. Who else?
Me, sir.
Bipan. Yeah, Prabeen, Bipan Shrestha. Who else?
Me, sir. Riams.
Riam.
Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
It's my first class also.
Suman Karki.
Yes, sir.
Sir, me too. Mukti Guru.
All right. So Mukti Gurang, eh? One second. The course coordinator is calling. I will just answer the call and I'll come back. Okay. So I'll put you into groups. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Was the course coordinator, Dave, our good eminent lecturer, professor.
So do we need to submit tutorial weekly or what? What's going on here?
Well, there'll be tutorial activities. How we do these, as you know, we have the lecture 2 hours, then we have tutorials, and in the tutorials we're going to do some tutorial exercises because that will be part of your examination. Some of the questions, and also in the tutorials we're going to spend time to cover the aspects of your group assignment as well, because all the assignments in the subject is groups, you know that, eh? And
is there any marking for the tutorial or no?
Tutorial participation, yes. And also, so there's no specific marking, but we are using part of the tutorial time for you to do the quizzes and the rest, eh?
Yeah.
And also, we will provide you a bit of time so that you are able to do the tutorial activities as well. All right, does it make sense? And also we will put you in the group. So I can see Prabin, Bipan, Ramesh, and Mukti and Suman Kargi not in a group, eh? So Prabin, Bipan, and Ramesh in one group, and Mukti and Suman Karki in one group, yeah?
Sir.
Yeah. Suman Karki and Mukti in one group. Who else? Prabin, you are in a tutorial group?
Yeah, just I joined from today. I don't know how I'm.
So Mukti, write it down, eh? Mukti, Mukti Gurang, Suman Karki, and Prabin Gaya.
And what about me, sir? Srishti. I don't know what you call me.
Shristi,
Yeah.
you're not in a group? You were here last week?
I don't know, sir. I just.
I'm in a group now, Srishti.
You were here last week, Shristi, or no?
No, sir. I didn't.
So Shristi in one group, Shristi,
Hmm.
Dakal,
I will
Bipan.
join Suman's group. Fine.
You wanna join Suman's group?
Yeah.
All right. So Shristi joins Suman's group.
Okay.
So make sure you keep the contact of the students, eh? So
Yeah.
Suman Karki, Prabin Gaya, Shristi, and Mukti. The other groups are Bipan and Ramesh. We will find another member for your group.
Sir, Sarumagar.
Sarumagar, you are in which group? You were here last week?
Yes, I was, but I didn't attend the tutorial class.
So Sarumagar, you join Bipan and Ramesh, eh? Sarumagar. Because 4 people in a group maximum, 3 or 4. So Sarumagar, Bipan, and Ramesh in one group.
Sir,
Right?
I want to join the Thapa group.
So how many people in Thapa group?
Mm.
Maximum is 4.
We have 3 people, sir. So we.
3.
Okay, so yeah, you can join them. Make sure everybody keep your own records, eh?
Yeah.
And
So are we
later.
going to continue this group up to last of this
Yes,
session?
that's correct. That's correct. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And also, just somebody check the course coordinator. I said he has set up the link for the quizzes. Can you see that? Can somebody see that?
Yeah. The link is open, sir.
All right. Okay. So, what you want to do? You want to do the quiz first?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You want to do the quiz first? All right. So I gave you 15 minutes for you to do the quiz, and then make sure you come back.
Sir, where is the link?
That's in the Moodle. It's in the Moodle.
20 minutes.
It's 20 minutes, right?
Yeah. Make sure you come back. So it's 10 past. As soon as you finish, have something to drink and then come back in 20 minutes. Eh?
Okay.
Then we will continue with our tutorial. All right. So everyone, you got 20 minutes. So that's, sorry, I mean to say, the quiz links are open.
Sir, can't find the link for the quiz. Is the link available, sir? Hello? Hello? Excuse me, sir.
Please, how can I help you?
I didn't find the link.
सपना
Huh?
टपमा हेर न त्यो कोर्सको माथि टपमा जाऊ त
On the
No.
top, a person should
त्यो
have
MCQ
RSVP.
क्विज 5% भनेर लेखा छ नि हो त्यही हो
छैन त हो मेरोमा
माथि कोर्सको टपमा जाऊ त त्यो मुडल ओपन गरेपछि कोर्स आउँछ नि ICT204 ओपन गर्छौ नि त्यहाँ माथि टपमा छ के
प्रोजेक्ट म्यानेजमेन्ट छ अनि जुम मिटिङ्सहरु छ त्यो अनि टाइम छ खै मेरोमा देखाउँदै देखाएको छैन के
त्यो जुन टाइम टेबलहरु देखाएको छ नि त्यो लिंकहरु के अरे मिटिङको जुम मिटिङको लागि त्यो तल
quiz or link is below it will be available in tutorial भनेछ बल्ल देखायो अघि देखादैन थ्यांक यू का भेटेछ आन्सरहरु
यहाँ गर्न खोज्दै हो भर्खर
All right, so how's the progress of your quizzes? Sharif, Leela, you have done the quiz? You still doing it? Anybody completed the quiz?
No, not yet, sir.
All right, so carry on, no worries. So let me know once you complete the quiz, so we can continue.
Sure, sir.
So once you finish the tutorial, let me know, please.
Okay, sir.
And also, if anybody has any questions, you can ask me. All right, so how is it going? Almost done. So we can continue with our tutorial. So everybody must do the quiz. Remember to pass this subject. It is absolutely important that you take part or complete all the assessments, including quizzes and also your projects. So let me know once you have completed, and we will continue and do the tutorial task. So confirm once you have done the tutorial so we can proceed. It's almost 25 past 3 now. Now, any student here studying from overseas? They've are overseas and I have Zoom from overseas. Let me know. So Akriti, have you done the tutorials? The quizzes? Sir. Good, very good. Muhammad Umair, Leeladhar, Anjana. Anybody hasn't finished the quizzes? Raksha, how about you? Have you finished the quiz? Sapna? Suman? So once you finish, let me know so we can start the rest of the tutorials. Sharif, are you there? Umair?
Yes, sir, I'm here. I'm just doing my quiz.
Okay, so once you finish, let me know.
All right.
Bipan, are you there?
Sorry, sir.
Have you completed the quiz or you still doing?
Just remind one question.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Good, you're all doing the quiz, so that's fantastic. Remember, the quiz is 5%, so a fair bit of marks are there. All right, so how's it going? Almost done. All right, so welcome once again. So let's continue with our tutorial. I'm sure you are almost finishing or finished the quiz one. So congratulations for the completion of your first assignment, and you can see the marks in 24 hours. Grishma, have you completed the tutorial, the quiz, sorry?
Yes, sir.
All right. I think we should be continuing, eh? So I will start the formal tutorials, and this is recorded, so you can ask me questions as well, you know, suggest. All right, so on the screen, I'm sharing with you the tutorial for week 2. And week 2 commencing 9th, and of course today is 13th, the end of the week. All right, so the task 1, as you can see, amongst the tutorial activities released to cover, which is officially form the groups of 3, student maximum 4, which you have done. So I can see we have 6 groups already. Group 1 is Leeladhar, Sapkota, Akriti, Dal Bahadur Thapa. Group 2 is Raksha, Grishma, Anjana, Rai. Group 3 is Muhammad Umair, Muhammad Usman, Muna Magar. Group 4 is Prashant, Barshad Mahan, Sristi, Dakal. Group 5 is Mukti, Suman Karki, Praveen Gaya. And
So I'm in Suman's group.
You are in Suman's group, eh? Okay.
Yeah.
So Sristi is in Suman, all right, that's okay. So Prashant and Prashad Mahant working together. So Mukti, Suman, Praveen Gaya, and Sristi. Group 5, Group 6 is Bipan, Ramesh, and Saru Magar. All right, so yeah. So make sure everyone keep the contact details of your group member phone number, right? So you can see here on the tutorial task 1, that's what we are following, whatever is required there, that's what we're doing. Allow them to choose other members. Remember, maximum is 4 members in your group. We have how many students today? Maybe 19 students are there. Some more will come. I think 2 or 3 more will be coming.
I didn't finish my quiz and it closed.
Okay, carry on. Finish your quiz.
No, it gets closed, like it's already finished. I didn't finish.
Yeah, because it's timed. That's why it has got 20 minutes. How many questions were left? How many questions were left? How did you find the quiz? Was it related? Was it easy, hard, or relevant to the?
Easy, but I didn't finish.
How many questions you missed?
3 questions.
3 questions. All right. All right. Send us an email. Send an email to the course coordinator, Dave.
Okay. Can I send email to you?
Yeah, you can send an email to me. I'll forward it to Dave. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so highlight upfront the need to nominate. So once you form the groups, remember you need to have a group leader, okay, or coordinator. So that is if you're a group of 3 or 4, that's your responsibility to select a group leader, because it is the group leader who's going to submit the assignment, the team leader only. So the team leader or group leader only submits working documents in the final report. Okay, so you'll stay in the same group throughout assessment number 2, assessment number 3, yeah? So take a note of that. All right, so today's lecture, okay, very interesting, week 2, where we look at the 5 project management process. Okay, and of course, you all know what is project management, okay? Application of knowledge, skills, tools, and techniques to complete the project successfully, okay? So the key, things for us to note from project management is application of knowledge and skills. Project managers need to have certain tools and techniques to complete the project activities. I'll come to the project activities a bit later on, and to meet the project requirements successfully. Because for example, your group assignment task, your assignment task is very, very specific. Okay, there's a case study which you're going to focus on that, yeah? And the 5 project management process groups you all know by now, okay, which is initiation, project management practice of initiation, planning, execution, controlling, and closing the project, which we have covered in the lecture. So that is something that you need to know. So task 2, as you can see here, the review of project management body of knowledge and identify the initiation project. So that's where that's what your first assignment is. Okay, you're going to develop the project charter. So what is your project related to? There's a case study, all right, and how to develop a project charter. Okay, there are some other tools there, JWD case study, and there is also a template, a form uploaded on the Moodle. All right, so we have covered quite detailed activities regarding initiation of the project, okay, or might call it idea generation, what involves when you generate or when you initiate a project, the steps. Because at the end of the day, it's very, very important to look at the viability of the project, okay? How viable is the project? So then you're going to move to the next step, which is planning. So if you relate that to organization, corporations, the stakeholders, the top management, senior management, CEO, the board have to give the approval so that you can move to the next stage. All right, so the 5 project management process, okay, in this document you can see there, planning, initiating, planning, execution, monitoring, and controlling. Then you have the 10 knowledge areas of the project, and in your various assignment you're going to apply these concepts. Now, any student had any questions or any suggestions regarding this activity here? Number 2, do you understand these activities? All right. And what are the 2 knowledge areas covered in project initiation? Dal Bahadur, what do you think? What are the 2 areas which you cover in the project initiation process?
Is that the question for me, sir?
Yeah, Dal Bahadur.
I just arrived now, sir, like after giving quiz. So
okay, let me ask somebody else. Garishma, what do you think? What are the 2 knowledge areas covered in initiating the project? Anybody, any volunteers? Umair? Prabin Gaya, what do you think? Bipan, you were here from the beginning. Mahat, Prashant Mahat, what do you think? What are the 2 knowledge areas covered in initiating process? All right, so the answers are there, very straightforward. So 2 areas covered in initiating the project is, of course, project charter, okay, which you're going to develop. Liladhar, you want to add Sapna in your group?
Yes, sir.
we already added, sir.
Okay, good. Good. So Sapna is joining Liladhar's group. Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Very good. So the the question is, what are the 2 knowledge areas covered in initiating project? It's here in this document. You can see the project charter, developing the project charter, and identifying the stakeholders. Okay, these are the 2 knowledge areas. So in the planning stage, of course, you cover all the 10 areas, whereas in execution of the project, you cover about 6 areas. Okay, similarly, monitoring and control, you cover all the areas of the knowledge areas. And again, closing of the project, you cover 2 areas. Okay, project integration and project procurement. Everybody understands that concepts, right? So it's very, very important that you know what's happening. All right, so let's continue. Okay, developing the project charter. We will cover the template briefly this week. Identify stakeholders. Next week, we will cover stakeholder management knowledge area of PMBOK. So we'll come back to the project charter in a moment. And this is the progressive elaboration of the steps. This is how you're going to as I was mentioning in the lecture, you're going to submit the assignment, group assignment, both group assignment 2 and 3 progressively. Okay, so there are 4 parts in assignment number 2, and similarly for assignment number 3. All right, so we will come back to the case study. Let's look at what is your assignment about. Have you seen this document? All right, so this document is on the Moodle, okay, under week 2. Has anybody seen this document? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Liladhar. So this is the case study you're going to use this semester. Nothing else. No more, no less. Okay, it's on the Moodle. And the task detail, as you can see here, all the groups you're going to focus on this case study. So what is this project about? Okay, so I'm sharing that. I'm sure you can see this on the screen, or you can open your own apps. All right, so let's look at the project background. Now, this document I was trying to open in the lecture, but unfortunately, there was an issue with the internet. Okay, it was very slow. So anyway, so the project background is this. It's an ICT project. An Australian-based IT managed services is SOTS CMS stroke PL. They are proprietary limited. Australian-based IT managed services is SOTS CMS Proprietary Limited. They currently provide a range of content management services. CMS, remember, CMS for long is Content Management System website for external customers. Okay, so they are the ones who provide and manage website. Okay, external for external customers. They are currently working. They currently work in various industries, and most recently for sporting organizations. So these Australian-based IT management services, SOTS CMS Proprietary Limited, their new client is a sporting organization. Okay, they have recently won the tender or the contract to provide the content management website system website extranet that will be used by Australian women's soccer team, the Waltzing Matildas team, for lead up for the forthcoming FIFA World Cup in 2023 in Australia, New Zealand. A very interesting topic. All right, so that is the project background. It's very, very important everyone understand the background. Okay, then the project objective or the aim. So as groups, you are consultant expertise, you are appointed, your team has been appointed to implement a CMS content management system based website that is reusable later by other sporting organizations, but provides Waltzing Matildas for managing events prior to and for World Cup in 2023. So you're creating a website for the sports organization. It is a development of project of content management system website. All right, so the modules covered, the modules needed. Okay, remember your engineers, your project managers now, you can hypothesize your consultants. So modules needed to be developed is player details and statistics, team details and statistics, events and statistics, unique aspects of sporting organization like history, contact detail, names, all the data you're going to capture like a typical website. Tracking sponsors, Westfield advertising, the sporting organization, the need to raise the charging for advertising on the website. Souvenirs and saleable items, caps, t-shirts, any souvenirs. Module that will focus on FIFA World Cup 23 exclusively. There will be events in most capital cities, and they will require each of the event to have a separate calendar and be able to be capable of managing independently of each other. So these are the project aim or the objective. Desired outcome. So as a group, you need to select content management system which suits the tools which suits the Waltzing Matilda. FIFA has suggested you to use a Drupal for the CMS. Now there's a video Drupal on the Moodle. Some of you may have seen that, and CMS. So make sure everyone watch that video. Okay. What is Drupal software? What is Drupal system? The system needs to be fully available on robust infrastructure on cloud. All right, and you need to specify the production environment. FIFA will provide it. Okay, those are some of the hypotheses. The website will require current, sport team data to be imported, including international teams that are competing in FIFA World Cup 2023. All right, so that is the desired outcomes, or what do you expect to achieve? Set of resources, namely, we need credit card and PayPal interfaces. Drupal has interfaces to financial system through standard file format. It requires advanced security because here you're using the payment system, credit card, Visa card, so of course, where privacy security issue. There are 2 implementation of general website publicity available. All right, so the purpose of this project, okay, is going to be, this assessment will allow students to work as a team of 3 or 4 students and demonstrate the understanding of the basic concepts of project management body of knowledge, PMBOK, by specifically creating, okay, first part of the assignment is of course project charter. Then later on, you're going to complete, scope statement, stakeholder register, risk, statement. I think stakeholder register is also important in the project charter. Scope. Then the second part will be work breakdown structure, WBS, scheduling, critical path, okay, using Gantt chart. Then third part, you're going to prepare the budget, group members, teams, contribution. So make sure you keep a log, okay, from last week we formed the groups. So all groups need to keep a log, a diary. How the group was formed, what was the challenge, what was the difficulties, what have you learned? So every group needs to comment, okay, on the roles you played. It's compulsory that you're going to include that with a report, a final report here, and overall project plan, okay, or the report. All right, so that is. You'll be supplied with only some limited templates in the tutorials. It is up to your group to supplement and create the overall project plan. So we're gonna provide you some templates, but as I've said, we have a lot of resources. The course coordinator kindly has provided, tremendous resources for you. Okay, the textbooks, ebooks, 2 ebooks. You have, videos. Probably you'll have some templates, some samples. So the template for project charter is on the Moodle. We'll see that in a moment. Scope statement, risk register, okay. And of course, as we go, okay. So these are some of the templates you're going to use. Submission requirements. You'll be submitting completed project documents on the 13th, okay. The folders are available on the Moodle page, okay. So you'll have, where you submit your assignment, you'll see folders for the one is submitting next week and after next week, okay. Appropriate citation of Harvard referencing style, okay. Citations Harvard, make sure you use the textbook. Make sure you do your own work, okay, because we have at KY, we are using plagiarism detection software, okay. Plagiarism of the assignment submission will be considered as academic misconduct and may result in penalty. So very, very careful. Anything you take from the books, from the journals, must be referenced. However, your assignment task is very, very straightforward, okay? That is why you have to use this document, nothing more, nothing else. Everything is here. If you use another organization apart from what is provided, then of course, that is not, you're not addressing the assignment task. All right, any questions, Prashant? How are you going, buddy?
So do we have to submit multiple submissions for this group project?
Yes, there are multiple submissions.
So it's in the same Turnitin, but like
yeah, different.
Right?
Yes, because if I share this document here, can you see this?
Yeah.
The first assignment is next week, 22nd, I think, which is going to be, when is 22nd? Sunday, Friday next week. Sunday next week. Eh? So draft project charter is the first one. That is then second assignment is going to be the scopes, stakeholder register, working documents only. So the second part of your assignment is going to be the scope of the project and the stakeholder register. Be very careful. Eh? You will need to submit whatever is required. Okay, so the first one is draft project charter, working documents only. All right, so be very careful. And the second one is going to be the scope and stakeholder register. Third is risk register, work breakdown structure, project budget, working documents only. And the final project is going to be the full report. That's why it's 20 marks for the fourth part. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So it's a progressive, submission. And progressive review JWD case. We're going to see that in a moment. And encourage you to read assessment to case study and look at the YouTubes. What is CMS? What is Drupal? What is WordPress versus Drupal? So we'll see some of those in the moment. It says further coverage on the case study will be in tutorial 3. So we're going to look at more detail in week 3. So make sure everybody reads the case study. My job today is to show you where are these resources. But as I've said, apart from your lecture and tutorial, you'll need to spend additional 3 to 4 hours per week to familiarize, to do research. Okay, so before we are going to do, before I finish this part of the tutorial, I'll go back to the Moodle and we will see the template. So I'll show you the template. Anybody has seen the template which you're going to use? It's good to sort of familiarize. Remember, it's due next week.
Sir, can you also show us where to submit?
All right, sure, I will. All right, so I'm going to the Moodle. Going to the Moodle. And ask me questions. If anyone has any other questions, please ask me. It's my job, our duty to support you. Okay, some of you may be new, students for the first time studying at KOI, or regardless, sometimes, it's difficult to find information. So I'm going to the Moodle. So this is the course page, which you all know. And that's our Zoom links and the lecturer students names for your respective classes. So if I scroll down,
Sir, we are not seeing your screen, sir.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'll share it. All right, can you see that now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so these are the detailed assessment summary. Okay, and you have done the quiz, right? Very good. And see this document here, assessment number 2. So this is the group project description file or the case studies. This is where you're going to submit your assignments here. Okay, if you click that, can you see that? And it's going to take you to Tanitin Leader. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
All right, and that's where you're going to submit. And these are the deliverables in terms of the stages you're going to submit. And remember, you are going to submit in Word file. So make sure follow the protocol. And these are the resources: the textbook, the 2 ebooks, Brilliant Agile Project Management, and the Information Technology Project Management textbook. So remember, there's a copyright regulation. Everybody, you need to be familiar with that. And this is our resources. This is what we use in week 1. If you haven't seen this 2 video, please, go through that. And this is the discussion forum, and this were the tutorial information. Some readings, articles are there. And this is week 2's lecture. All right, so that's what we have covered the lecture already. And how to prepare the stakeholder register and how to develop project charter. So we'll see that today. And that's a JWD Consulting Internet Project case study. But before that, I will show you that template project charter. Hopefully I can open that. Can you see that? That's your project charter. Right? That's the form or the template you're going to use when you're going to submit your assignment next week. Okay, so it's opening. Now, if anyone has not done the quiz, you can do it later. So the quiz is still open. Not to worry about that. We have plenty of time. All right. So the document which you're going to use for next week. Everybody can see that. Srishti, can you see this document? Liladar?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. All right, so project charter, once again, company name. Are you going to get the information from the case study? Project name, again, it's in the case study. Date, client contact, version, phone, okay? Insert group logo here. So you can create a logo, okay? So you insert there. So this is your title page, eh? All right, goals and objectives. What is the goal, aim of your project? Again, you are going to use the information from the case study. What is the benefits of business? Why this website is going to be beneficial to Walsing Matilda's, sports, women's sports soccer team. So you enter, 3 goals and objective here. See the dot point? You don't have to add 4. Okay, if 3 is required, you enter 3. Business benefits, 3 or 4. Just bullet pointing. Scope, include the scope of your group report. In scope, out scope, again, it's mentioned. The duration, and we will give you some samples. Who are the stakeholders affected and type? Again, in these documents, you're going to have stakeholders. Yeah, there are stakeholders as well in this document. Is the company, FIFA, all right, and there are other suppliers of software, hardware, software suppliers, okay. Constraints or dependencies, yeah. So roughly, remember, this is not the final, project charter. This is a draft. Your final report, the final project plan is going to be the final report. So as we go, as you proceed to the next steps, then you can modify, you can fine tune your the stages of your project. That's the whole idea. Okay, what are the deliverables and reviews? All right, deliverable by group. So again, who is responsible? Who's going to sign off? So remember, 4 of you, you can appoint yourself as an engineer, software analyst, system analyst, programmer, okay? Approaching the project, and some of this information, example, is also in the textbooks or the tubes, okay? So keep as it is project charter, commerce in confidence, because when you prepare a project plan or proposal, there's always commerce in confidence because these are confidential. Because KY is a business college, business school, so you are all business professionals. So we need to follow the etiquette, okay? So once again, it said your company's logo or your group's logo, create one. Resources roughly, okay, and a contingency allowance in case of emergency, because remember, resource is always a constraint, eh? Schedule, summary, and the rest. So some more documents will be provided to you as we go. All right, anybody has any questions on this template?
No, sir.
All right, so that is the template you're going to use. Let's take a note. All right, it is on the Moodle. All right, so the next thing is the JWD case study, which I'm going to show you now. All right, so maybe before that, I'll just show you a video, so that it makes sense. So if I go down, what's happening? The system is playing up again. Yeah, so Sapna is there, no worries. Yeah, so next week, yes, that's correct. Only project charter, no more, no less. All right, so only project charter for next week. Okay, everybody got that? All right, very good. All right, so there's a short video, content management system, and I will stop sharing, then I will play that, so you can see this video. It's not a very long video. Hopefully we can play that. So let's give a go. I'll have to stop this first, and then share the screen. Share sound and the rest. So I'm sharing that. So let's play that. Okay. So hopefully it's gonna work. So keep fingers crossed. Viewers get stuck. So let's see. Wait for a few minutes. Yeah, it's not playing. It's freeze. All right. Anyway. So we go back. I think the Drupal will. Oh, it's playing. Let's see. So there's the Wi-Fi is running now. Okay, content management.
Hi, this is Topher with Winning WP. A question I'm often asked is, what is a CMS? Well, in the web world, a CMS is a content management system. Let me show you. This is a page on a WordPress website, and we're looking at content. There's a navigation, a header, a post with a graphic and title, some text, etc. If we want to manage this content, be able to change it, add new, etc., we simply log into an administration area, a website, just for managing this content. And this is that same post. Here's our title. Here's our text. If we scroll down some, you can see here's that banner at the top. But you'll note that this page doesn't edit the header or the navigation. That's because we want it to be the same on every page. So that's managed someplace else. This page is all about editing the content just for this particular post. But let me show you a little bit more. If we go here to Appearance, Menus, you'll see here this site navigation, which matches what you see here at the top. And if you want to reorder it, you can simply drag and drop and Save Menu. If you want to add new to it, the content management system knows about the content on your site, so you can simply click and Add to Menu, and then Save Menu, and that would appear on this page here. Now I don't actually want to do that right now, so you can just as easily remove things from the menu. And this particular theme allows you to say where you want the menu to appear. I have header bar navigation, but just with a click of a button I could instead move it here next to the logo, or put it in the footer.
All right, any questions on that? So these are some of the examples given on the Moodle, okay, which you will be actually using, right? You'll be using some of those for the projects. So the idea is to provide you examples, to provide you all the support, okay, and so that you are able to complete each of these stages of the project successfully. Any comments on that, anyone? All right, so the next one I wanted to show you what is project charter. Let's see what it is. Okay, developing the project charter, right? So if I go down, okay, so that is source codes. So hopefully it plays. Let's have a see. Now you should also be watching because of the time. We don't have time to see all of those, and it is extremely important that in your spare time, please go through those documents. All these are important, that tools for you to complete your project successfully. So probably it might not play. So let's skip it. All right, so I'll go back. Oh, it's coming up. All right, so I'll share you another document. It doesn't play. Okay, so where will we? All right, so this is the formal tutorial activity. So we've covered section 1, section 2. All right, and the next one was, of course, this. Okay, it's playing up. All right, so let's see what it is.
Develop Project Charter is an initiating process. A project charter is essentially a document that authorizes a project. Once a project has received a charter, it means that the project manager can start employing the organization's resources for the project activities. Let us look at the key inputs to be considered. in preparing the project chart. The first input
The quality is very poor. So sorry about that. The system is not. Very conducive. So does it freeze there?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
We can see the video in our laptop, sir. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, carry on, Prakash. I might have to. What is the solution for this?
Maybe your internet problem, sir.